covering all of the Flint Bay region. NBC 25 News at 11 starts right now.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. A Midland high-rise evacuated after a fire breaks out on the top floor.
NBC 25's Amanda Chodnicki is live outside the Green Hill Apartments on East Lawn Drive. Amanda, you spoke to a man who says the fire started in his apartment.
That's right, Dave and Sadie. Now, the Midland fire chief tells us the cause of this fire is still under investigation. However, one resident tells NBC 25 News it's his fault.
Candle, yeah. I was not in my apartment. By the time I got back to my apartment, the hallway was full of smoke. So then I could see it was coming out of my place. So I knew it was mine. I feel bad, but what the hell are you going to do about it? It's gone.
Almost 200 residents, many senior citizens with physical and mental disabilities, live here at Green Hill Apartments. The fire started just after 6:30 on the top floor. Now, the Midland fire chief says there aren't any injuries that he knew of, and while fighting a fire in a huge complex like this is difficult, he says Station 1 is only 2 blocks away, so the quick response time definitely helped. But for people who live here, it was certainly a scary time.
I was on the 8th floor at my friend's house, and as soon as we saw the smoke, I went and got my son because he has really bad asthma, and I went down the 6th floor and grabbed him and said, let's go.
I left my walker right in there, so I'm going to have help going back in because I don't walk without a walker.
How did you get out then?
I walk with help.
What's next for these almost 200 displaced residents? Red Cross has food, water, and cots set up for them at Midland High School, for the evening. Now, they also have medical staff on hand, and officials tell us that they're hopeful the residents will be able to get back into their apartments, at least some of them, sometime tomorrow. For now, live here in Midland, Amanda Chodnicki, NBC 25 News.
Developing news tonight in Buena Vista Township. Crews are trying to figure out what caused a fire that destroyed a barn earlier this afternoon. Now you can see all the smoke and flames in this video sent to us by an NBC 25 viewer. Now this happened on M81 near Indiantown and Tower Line roads. One other barn sustained minor damage, but firefighters were able to prevent the fire from spreading to the home. No people or animals were hurt.
A Flint community is hoping you can help them find the men who conned them out of money this past weekend. NBC 25's Kyla Peoples joins us now with more on how a group of neighbors are working together to find those criminals. Kyla?
Well, Dave, the group of friends were hosting a yard sale over the weekend when they say they were taken advantage of. What seemed to be a normal transaction with 2 male shoppers turned criminal when they allegedly paid for their purchases with fake $20 bills. The neighbors say initially they thought everything was fine, but when they looked again at the bills, they noticed something was off. Overall, the group says they were given about $100 in fake money.
This is the color of the 20, and then I held it up in the sunlight, and then there's just a bunch of watermarks that were missing, and then when I held up a real 20 I could really see the difference. I just really hope that they go to prison or, get in trouble.
And the neighbors contacted both Flint police and the FBI about the fake money. If anyone has information about these men, please contact police. Kyla Peoples, NBC 25 News.
Tonight, the sexual assault charges against former Michigan State basketball star Mateen Cleaves still stand. His attorney sent NBC 25 an email today saying the Court of Appeals will not dismiss these charges. Cleaves is accused of sexually assaulting a woman in a Mundy Township motel back in 2015. Today in Flint, a deadline met as Mayor Karen Weaver's office submitted a challenge to the petition demanding she be recalled. This after police received a criminal complaint last week stating many people signed the petition under false pretenses. Mayor Weaver says she wants 1,200 of the signatures thrown out after thousands were ruled valid by the Genesee County Clerk. Now, the clerk's office has until 4:15 Friday afternoon to comb through all of the signatures to ensure their validity. With Dow Chemicals' merger with DuPont expected to be finalized in the coming weeks, the company made a big statement today.
They did. This is Dow's new world headquarters opened its doors in Midland. Officials say the goal is for the new building to facilitate a positive work environment with everything from floor to ceiling windows to standing desks.
While the future of the Dow's corporate structure remains unclear, the company says its use of Dow products to build the new global center show its Midland roots.
Literally from the flooring to the wall paint, from the kitchen refrigerators to the coatings on the parking lot.
We've grown from this little tiny inorganic chemistry startup in Midland into one of the world's largest and most successful chemical enterprises. This center is designed to celebrate that journey.
Employees will start moving into the building next Monday. About 470 people will work in the Global Dow Center by the end of August. Turning now to the weather and a beautiful night over the Saginaw River in downtown Bay City.
Yeah, for most of us, it was just a great day today. But when can we expect more rain to disrupt this peaceful weather? Well, I hope not. Well, some people may want the rain, Jamie, right? Let's go to Jamie Cagle.
Some people want the rain. Some people probably even want snow right now, Dave. You never know. Zadie does not. Yes, weather is very subjective. That being said, we did have some rain in the northern half of the area today. Now we are severe clear, as I like to call it. No clouds, no showers, no precipitation right now. Numbers in the 60s and low 70s across the area. And it looks like we're going to settle into those low 60s to mid 60s for the overnight hours. Dew points, everybody but Flint showing a 60 or better right now. So look for those low to mid 60s overnight with the clearing sky overhead, dry conditions overnight. We are talking about more rain, in fact, more showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Those are coming up in just a minute.
New developments tonight in the investigation into the Trump administration's alleged ties to Russia, as the Washington Post is now reporting President Donald Trump dictated his son's initial statement regarding a meeting with a Russian lawyer. Donald Trump Jr. initially said he and that lawyer discussed a program about Russian adoption. He later revealed he chose to accept the meeting after receiving an email that promised damaging information about Hillary Clinton. President Trump's attorney is denying the president was involved in writing the response.
Meantime, another shakeup for the White House. Just 10 days after he was hired to replace former press secretary Sean Spicer, Anthony Scaramucci is out. President Trump removed Scaramucci today at the request of his new chief of staff, John Kelly. Kelly wanted him gone because he did not think he was disciplined and had burned his credibility.
Well, it's the highest honor a member of the military can receive, and today a Medal of Honor went to a Vietnam veteran from Michigan. President
Donald Trump decorated South Haven native Jim McLuhan in the White House this afternoon.
McLuhan was an Army medic in 1969. In the heat of a brutal battle, he saved the lives of 10 men, all the while dodging gunfire and even running 100 meters across an open field to save one soldier who was too badly wounded to move.
And the White House says he also disobeyed orders to save his comrades' lives. Today, McLuhan has a powerful message for the nation about the meaning of the Medal of Honor.
This medal is about love. A love so deep in the soul of 89 men who fought the battle for Nguyen Hill that it is impossible to measure. For those who have given the ultimate sacrifice, we acknowledge that they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they never got to live. My heart goes out to the families of those men and women because they have an empty chair at every holiday and family gathering. May we all follow the words of one of the greatest leaders in America during my lifetime, President John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Inspiring there, such bravery.
Absolutely true hero.
Well, it's simple, inexpensive, and it's getting kids in Shiawassee County up and moving.
Coming up next, right here on NBC 25 News at 11.
It's like a fun little thing to do for kids.
We'll show you the Facebook group that's added 1,500 members in just the past couple of weeks by hiding rocks.
You're watching NBC 25 News at 11 with Dave Bondy, Sadie Hughes, Chief Meteorologist Jamie Cagle, and Sports Director Tom Eschen.
From the Terrorism Alert Desk in Washington, I'm Lindsay Mastis. In England, a judge sentenced a former Royal Marine to 18 years in prison. The man pleaded guilty to terrorism-related charges after prosecutors said the 31-year-old lived as a member of the military and as a bomb maker for dissident Irish Republicans. He planned and stashed bombs, but never carried out an attack. Searches are still ongoing, and airport security is high in Australia after police say they foiled an airplane terror plot. So far, police have arrested 4 men in raids in Sydney, but they have not yet been charged.
We have search warrants still being conducted in New South Wales. Those search warrants will probably last a few days. We have people who are being interviewed, and no one has yet been charged.
Police would not confirm reports that the plan included using a poisonous gas to kill everyone on a plane. From the Terrorism Alert Desk in Washington, I'm Lindsay Mastis.
You're watching NBC 25 News at 11.
Special Olympics athlete Dalvin Keller received a big honor earlier this month when he won an ESPY. Dalvin was a member of Michigan's volleyball team from Flint that took gold at the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games in Los Angeles. Today, he received the honorary ESPY awarded to him by ESPN at a ceremony at the Genesee Intermediate School District Transition Center. We talked to Dalvin about what it was like when he took the stage in Los Angeles.
They was all pretty fun. They actually had fun. So I actually pretty much had fun with them. Got to meet Michelle Obama the first time. This is the third time I actually met her. But
really,
we had fun. Had some good jokes with her.
Becoming friends there with Michelle Obama. Well, Keller said he will continue to compete and work to inspire others.
Congratulations to him. Well, it's a growing national pastime, much like an Easter egg hunt with rocks. Some Facebook groups have close to 20,000 members. Now it's made its way to Owosso, Michigan with the group Owosso Rocks. So far, 3,500 people have joined. Amateur geologists are searching for a find.
I'm really excited.
For Rory Babcock, the new pastime rocks.
I found this one.
Paint a rock with your favorite character or an inspirational saying. Anything you want.
Up there's one right up there.
Hide it. The person who finds it posts it to the Owosso Rocks Facebook page.
You gotta post that on the back.
And then they hide it again. Diane Mahalik Butcher and Jennifer Babcock brought the popular pastime to Owosso.
Oh my word, I love this. Like, it was so therapeutic.
Diane first thought that after painting for her sister's rock group in Florida.
And they have 18,000 members. And she goes, you should take this to Owosso. So I asked my friend Jennifer if she would do this with me, and she jumped at it and said, of course.
A lot of people are getting into it, and I just want more people to get into it because it's like a fun little thing to do for kids.
Even local businesses are getting involved in hiding rocks. Restaurants giving away free food, t-shirt shops giving away free t-shirts, and then there's car dealerships.
You do not win a free car, but they have gift bags.
So far, Diane and Jennifer have painted and hid 300 rocks.
We live in a great community, and this is just a way to help people remember that.
A rock-solid approach.
It brings so much happiness.
Inspiring families.
Everyone from all ages.
Bringing the community together. And take a look at this. Owosso Rocks has painted and they have hidden a couple of Fox 66 and NBC 25 rocks. If you find them, please send me a picture on Facebook at Sadie Hughes or tweet me at MS Sadie Hughes.
Now, your certified NBC 25 Storm Ready forecast.
Well, good evening, Mid-Michigan. We are in for a beautiful evening. We did have some isolated rain in the northern half of the area earlier. Now things are nice and quiet. We'll take a look at downtown Flint through our Skynet camera and reporting clear skies, a current temperature of 67 degrees. That dew point has dropped just a little bit. Most of us have dew points in the 60s right now. 58 is the reading at Bishop in Flint. So we have the lowest dew point at this time. Most of us in the 60s. Most of us will feel just a little bit of that stuffiness into the heat of the afternoon, especially if the sun is out. Sun is expected to be out tomorrow, but right now very clear conditions overhead. We have another cold front on the way. You can see it right there. You kind of play connect the dots with the thunderstorms across northern Minnesota and into the Dakotas. That cold front is expected to get to us as we get closer to Wednesday, late morning, early afternoon. You're going to see what happens right here in your Futurecast. For the rest of the night, the clear skies overhead will start things out with a lot of sunshine tomorrow. Southwest winds may try to set up a shower or two. Mainly dry conditions really anticipated, however. I think it's a very low chance of rain tomorrow. But as we get into Wednesday, you'll see how a line begins to fire as we get closer to 12 noon, 1 o'clock. Showers and thunderstorms dropping through the area as this cold front comes through. It is looking like there is still an area of low pressure that will linger over the Great Lakes into Thursday. That still brings us a chance at scattered rain on Thursday. So kind of a 1-2 punch. But tomorrow, looking beautiful with mid-80s across our southern counties. Mainly dry conditions. A stray shower or two might be about it. For the thumb, the same. That southwest wind may try to bring a shower or two into the afternoon hours. Lower half of the 80s and a mix of sun and clouds overhead for the afternoon. Mid-80s around our central counties. A little higher humidity. Yes, you're going to feel a little of that stuffiness, especially if you're out in the sunshine. And the lower half of the 80s for tomorrow in our northern counties, but mainly dry conditions there as well for the MoCast tomorrow. Really, again, with a mainly dry scenario, nothing should impede any outdoor plans you might have. And you see how that comfort index sits between muggy and a bit humid, starts to drop on Friday. That's because we're going to finally be behind that cold front and feeling the cool down. And you can see those daytime highs in the mid 70s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Overnight lows drop as well, so we will feel more comfortable outside, but we will be a little cooler. Right now we have a couple of days where there's some low to mid 80s in the area. As you can see though, Wednesday, Thursday, scattered rain, mostly cloudy skies, and then things quieting down as we get into the weekend. Still a chance at some showers over the weekend, but it doesn't look like it's a washout.
Not bad. Well, we'll deal with it. This past weekend though was perfect.
Wasn't it? It was amazing.
It was. We can't go back there though.
Okay.
Okay. What goes better with beautiful weather than, Jamie, beautiful flowers?
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's tricky, but NBC 25 viewer Nicole Meyer from Durand would probably say this butterfly pollinating her flowers. What a great picture by Nicole.
Sharing your photos and videos with NBC 25 is easy. Just head to our NBC News app or NBC25news.com and look for it, see it, send it.
Never seen a butterfly look like that before.
No.
I haven't. I assumed you were a butterfly expert. You're a flower expert.
Well, you know, you only have one. You know, that's just too much for me.
We all have our limitations.
Right? Exactly. I can only do so much. Meanwhile, in sports tonight, a trade deadline on baseball today. What the Cubs general manager said about the Tigers' newest acquisition. You want to stay tuned for that. And how local product is giving the Michigan State Spartans football team exactly what they need off the field. Next in sports.
You're in the game with NBC 25 Sports.
Good evening, I'm Tom Eschet. Amidst all the rumors and reports and sources, the subject of many of those, Justin Verlander, providing some levity in the final moments before the trade deadline today, giving his own breaking news on Twitter and Instagram in the Tigers clubhouse that he was still there. He wasn't traded today. Instead, Justin Wilson and Alex Avila heading to the Chicago Cubs. In return, the Tigers get two more infielders, Isaac Paredes and Jeimer Candelario, who you see here. Cubs general manager Theo Epstein said a few months ago that if Candelario was on any other roster, he'd be in the majors and Rookie of the Year candidate this season. He's now the number 3 prospect in the Tigers organization. Detroit acquiring 5 infielders with their 2 trades in July. General manager Al Avila explained why today at Fox Sports Detroit.
We felt this was a good opportunity to stock up on particularly position players. We feel that we have some depth at pitching, a little bit in starting pitching, a little bit in relief pitching. We feel good about that. We felt that the big void was in position players, and so we really targeted position players to add to the system so that, you know, we could have some kind of a future as we move forward.
The Tigers in New York tonight taking on the Yankees, where the Pineapples looked like the pick for the fans. James McCann full-time catching now, 2 outs in the 4th. Aaron Judge can't make the play. A run scores 1-0 Tigers. Bottom of the inning, Chase Headley up. That scores 2 off of Michael Fulmer. Didn't have the best day because a little bit later, Judge gets his revenge. His 34th of the year. Fulmer gave up 6 runs in 6 innings, but we have to show you this next play because it was pretty good. Jim Adducci robs the home run from Todd Frazier. Watch him get up over the wall on the short porch and right. Tigers fall 7-3, though. Another 7 o'clock start on Tuesday. 4 Great Lakes Loons are part of trades today. The Dodgers trading Oniel Cruz and Angel Herman for the Pirates for Tony Watson, then Brendan Davis, who won that title last year in this home run, and A.J. Alexi, who we spoke to last month. The Texas for Yu Darvish, a great testament to the coveted talent of Midland on a nightly basis. Unfortunately, the Loons also lost tonight to Lansing. They wrap up that series tomorrow at noon. Moving on, we're about a month out from the beginning of college football season, and a fresh start is exactly what Michigan State needs. Our Gina Trotman in Lansing, East Lansing today with more.
The Spartans are gearing up for yet another season in the Big Ten. However, this time around, they have found themselves in an unusual position. They're coming off a rough year both on and off the field, and in order to get back to where they want to be as a program, they'll be leaning on the leadership of Flint's own star running back. Gerald Holmes is in his 5th and final year at Michigan State. As a junior, the Carman Ainsworth graduate carried the ball 91 times for 431 rushing yards with 5 touchdowns. Aside from numbers, it is both his experience and talent that makes him so valuable to the team.
I think the biggest thing is that he's been there, he understands what he needs to do, and he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy that's very athletic and he's explosive.
It's not just Coach Mark D'Antonio that sees his strengths. According to sophomore offensive tackle Cole Chewins, the Spartans respect Holmes.
Gerald Holmes is a great leader. I mean, he brings guys in. He expects the most out of guys. He's not afraid to, push you towards that. And I think that's what's the great thing about him. He's not going to tell you that everything's great. If there's something that needs to be fixed, that's what he's going to do. And everyone seems to respond well to that.
He brings leadership to our football team in general. I think he's tough. He's an outstanding special teams player. So you see him in every phase of the game. He plays offense. He's in the mix as a starter.
Coach D'Antonio said no captains have been named so far. The Spartans open the season on September 2nd. The first 4 games of this year's season will be held right here at home. Reporting in East Lansing, Gina Trotman, NBC 25 News.
And Jamie's in next with a final look at your forecast.
The North Korean threat continues to grow. Last week, the rogue nation launched its 2nd intercontinental ballistic missile in a month. North Korea and some experts here in the U.S. see that these missiles could hit major cities in the United States. North Korea has continued to actively pursue its missile program. It has carried out 12 missile tests since February. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is unquestionably advancing North Korea's long-range strike capabilities. The Trump administration has said that all options are on the table to deal with North Korean aggression. Let's dig deeper. The communist regime in North Korea continues to be propped up by China. President Trump has taken a hard line with China, both in meetings and publicly, in pressuring them to exert control over their client state. The U.S. is also calling on the United Nations to institute harsher sanctions against North Korea itself. Sanctions against North Korea have not worked so far. The country is already in economic ruins. Kim Jong-un, like his father before him, does not rule by feeding his people or making their lives better. The North Korean regime appeals to its citizens' nationalism by showing off military strength and oppresses them to drive the point home. Kim Jong-un is willing to starve his own people at the expense of bolstering military might. The U.S. has shown force in response to the latest 2 tests. 2 supersonic B-1B bombers flew over the Korean Peninsula over the weekend, and a missile defense system was successfully tested in Alaska. The bottom line is this. The Trump administration should not allow North Korea to destabilize Asia and the world. If the economic and diplomatic undertakings fail, preemptive military action has to be on the table in order to put North Korea and its maniacal leader in its place.
Welcome back. So we had a little bit of a cool down today compared to what we've seen.
Some areas had the rain and that cooled them down, but we have a bigger cool down coming up as we go from Tuesday to Friday. Cold front's going to bring us to showers and thunderstorms Wednesday into Thursday. And you can see the numbers do drop, but it looks like still some showers this weekend.
Less humidity. We like that.
Yep.
Have a good night, everyone.